Hey everybody, this is Jonathan Koger on my series, 40 Days of Fasting and Prayer. Today, as you can see, I'm in my pajamas. Just got back from camping. At this point, I really don't care about being in my pajamas. So, no offense. It's just I'm really exhausted. I'm tired. And camping is a lot of work. My wife stepped up and she learned a lot of things and did a lot of things I couldn't do because my strength is waning. It's failing me at this point. I'm down to 193 pounds from 231 to 193. You do the math. I've lost a significant amount of weight. Some of you may still have your doubts. I mean, look at me. Really look at me. Do I look like I'm faking this? Honestly, why would I do that? I'm on my 29th day of not eating, not drinking any juice or fancy drink, just water. I'll have to say the 27th day was my hardest day. I got sick, and there was a point we were camping and my wife said, why don't you drink some warm water because it'll help you? And I was like, no. My thought process was, even if you boil the water, you're using like camping dishes, there's a chance that something could be contaminated, could get inside of me. I'd rather just drink the bottled water, take no chances. And I got real sick, and she brought up the idea, and I'm chewing on the thought, maybe mosquitoes. There was a lot of mosquitoes, and we did do bug spray, but I'm sure I got bit a couple times. And maybe that's what got me sick. But the 27th day was rough. It was really rough. Every 2 hours I got sick, and I didn't know what was going on. I was wondering if my body was failing me. By the time I got to the 28th day, which was yesterday, I'm starting to think, I cannot do this. I would, on the 28th day, of course, I was getting a little bit better, but still nauseous. Like, I'm nauseous. I don't have anything in my stomach but water, and I'm nauseous. And every time I take a drink of water, I just feel like I'm sick. I'll let your imagination figure out what that means. But every drink of water, and I'm getting severely dehydrated because I need to drink water. But every time I take a drink, my stomach hurts, it cramps, and I'm getting sick both ways. And I thought, all right, well, tomorrow what we're going to do is we're going to pick up all the stuff for a smoothie. I want, a smoothie, something really light for my stomach. I've talked about it in the other videos. I'm going to break it on a smoothie and like egg drop soup, something really just light and tender on the stomach, because I'm no fool. I know if I try to eat a greasy hamburger, dude, I'm going to be sick. I'm going to be sick. As good as it looks, I can't. I got to be smart about this. And when you do your extended fast, you need to be smart too. You need to be good to your body. And I know it sounds like I'm not being good to my body. All right. But what I'm doing is I'm weathering the storm. I don't normally get sick on a fast, but things happen, like I said, I had that rash on my chest, on my scalp, and it's starting to clear up today. I feel better today. I'm not nauseous today. I'm not sick. My stomach's not cramping. I stopped the vitamin patches, and everything's clearing up. But last night I was definitely thinking about just gathering the stuff, making it possibly to day 30 and calling it, because I was so sick. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow. So we'll see how I feel. I could wake up tomorrow and I could feel better. And that is the case. And though 27 and 28 were the hardest days for me, I'm feeling a little bit better right now. I know I'll make it to 30. I'm so close to 40. And the conversations that are being talked, the things that are being talked about, the conversations that are going on is, if I ever want to do a 40-day fast again, I'm going to have to go through all the suffering that I went through before. And my thought process is I did 21, my last extended fast. Well, no, I've done 6 and 7 days and stuff. But my last long extended fast, I did 21 days, and up to 21 was relatively, I'm not going to say easy, but I've been there. I've explored that territory. The things that happened, when I did get sick on the 18th, 17th, 18th, 19th day, and I was passing out, and I was prepared for that. I was doing controlled falls, and I was okay. My poor dog, he's worried sick about me. He hasn't smelled food on my lips and, coming from my mouth in a long time. He's worried. When I was passing out, he was right there, and I gotta say, as frustrated as I've been with that dog in the past, we've got a really good bond now, and I am thankful for him. And even on an animal and human level, I feel like I'm building new relationships. How can I say it? Mending relationships. Of course, with the dog, it's easy. With the human, humans don't forget. One thing my wife would always say is, people don't remember what you say. They remember how you made them feel. And I'm really good at making people feel bad. And I'm not proud of that. I just that's got to change. I need to learn how to make people feel good, when the time is due, not to run around and pat everybody on the back, but just, be a good person, and that's what I'm gunning for. But when I'm fasting today, and if you know me, you know that I don't do a lot of unspoken prayers. And I don't believe that if something isn't spoken out loud, I can't find biblically. I know God will step in and he'll give you requests sometimes before you even ask it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, it's not a prayer if you don't say it out loud. And what I'm fasting for today, I've already prayed about and spoken out loud to God, but I'm not going to tell you guys because it's very personal. It's super personal. And I wept about it. I cried about it. I touched God about it. And I believe that he heard me. Whether he delivers my request to me or not is up to him. Whether I'm worthy of it or not, I guess, is up to me. But I can't change the past. All I can do is focus on the future. And if God sees that I can handle this, then, I imagine a definite upgrade in my life. And so fasting for an unspoken today, don't hate on me for that. It is what it is, and when you fast, you do your extended fast. You could do what I'm doing. I've fasted and prayed for the same thing the whole fast. And this time I have chosen, since it's 40 days, I'm going to fast for something different each time. On my last video, of course, I'm going to release a list of everything except for the unspokens. And people will be able to see what I fasted for every day. I'm also going to do follow-up videos. You know, if I get sick and my body's tore up or whatever, I'm going to follow up. I want you guys to know what fasting does. I'm not here trying to get clout. It's not necessarily an education video, but it's my experience. And what I've learned through in life is if you could watch somebody else mess up or succeed and say, okay, this is what he did, I'm going to do that, or I'm not going to do that, then it's educational. You know, we look on YouTube all the time. This guy did this to fix his car. Maybe it'll work with my car, you know. But it is what it is. And it's day 29, 193, still moving. We got a big birthday party to go to, and I'll probably film a lot of food there just to show you guys what I'm missing. And you're going to miss some things on your extended fast. You know, it is what it is. But I thank you all for tuning in. I hope I didn't miss anything in this episode. Again, look at me. I mean, I'm withering away. Looked in the mirror, man. I was like, I'm withering away. Like, can I really do this? But 193, I've got some weight to go. 11 more days. If I could just go 11 more days, I've got this. You know, I can't say I'll never have to do this again, but like, as for me, like personally, I don't think I'll ever have to do this again to prove. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not doing this to prove anything, but like 40 days is the pinnacle. You know, it truly is the pinnacle. I mean, if you go farther than that, like, I don't know, like, you know, and I'm talking farther than that on just water. It's been a trek, you know, it's been a rough and rocky road at times, but the rewards are so great. I'm in a new dimension of prayer. You know, I haven't seen anything spiritual, but last night the wind was blowing, the wind chimes are going, the light on the porch is swinging, and it's like, man, it looks like an angel's about to walk in this house, you know. But the dimension of prayer has opened up, and God's been meeting me, and I've been just connecting with God on a level. I can't say that I have never connected with God before, but it flows much easier. It's a wealthier place of prayer. It's not a place that I have to dig out every time. It's something where the anointing is just flowing. You know, it's like walking into an orchard, and there's honeycombs, and there's all sorts of fruits and nuts. I mean, everything's there. It's just the spiritual goodness is just there. And it's not something I have to search for, not an oasis in the middle of the desert. He's just been meeting me. And I believe it was yesterday, I woke up within 5 minutes, the Holy Ghost is falling on me. And I'm like, wow, like, I'm honored. I'm honored that God would come and meet me first. You know, how often, you know, do we put God second or third in the morning? We always make a cup of coffee first. Maybe we check our social media, whatever, you know, and we should be checking in with God first. But when God checks in with you first, I mean, that's just, I am so honored by that. And I'm starting to realize the important things in life. There's a lot of things that aren't important, you know, that you think are important in your everyday life. Just a shift change of the thoughts and the mind, the intents of the heart. You know, if that's all you get out of fasting, it's going to be worth it. So again, I thank you for tuning in. Again, excuse the pajamas. You know, it is what it is, right? And like, comment, subscribe, share, support me. And I thank you very much, and God bless.